All right, let's talk about the 6 biggest benefits that I've seen from semen retention. Okay. Maybe this is your first video on semen retention, or you don't really know too much about it, but you're kind of interested in it. You kind of seen it talked about a little bit, but you're like, let's give it a little bit more research. Just adjust that. Okay. Now, what's hard about semen retention, just like any other kind of spiritual practice, right? Or is some people like to call it the new age stuff, even though this stuff's been around for God since the beginning of time. It requires a lot of blind faith, all right, which is why I think a lot of people go into YouTube, because they want to hear people talk about their experience so it can be more tangible and more real, so they can kind of help them believe that the stuff that they want's coming, these benefits are coming, all right? I can personally attest to these 6 benefits. I've seen it. I didn't necessarily know some of these benefits were going to happen, but they did, and I'm going to explain why. So number 1, first and foremost, and this is probably the centerpiece of everything, okay? Internal peace, right? Being able to wake up in the morning, go about your day, live your life with minimal internal loudness, right? Internal that stifling energy, anxiety, depression, stress. You can just wake up and relax and be okay with yourself and have the energy to do it, have the energy to carry on your day and perform very well, right? And you don't even need to worry about how this is going to happen. You just need to start semen retention and do the introspection that comes with it, so you can develop that internal organic wisdom. It's all going to happen naturally and organically, all right? So you don't have to think about it. Just let it happen. There's going to be chemical processes that are taking place in your brain, in your mind, in your emotions, and in your body that are just going to allow this to be, all right? You just got to give it time. You have to give it time. Everyone's different. For some people, it might take a month. For some people, it might take 6 years, all right? You just have to give it time. All right, 6 years is actually a lot. All right, it's a lot less than that, but give it time. So, a quick example of the internal peace, right? You're going to start to realize just how much external dopamine hits that you're seeking in life to mask your anxiety, your depression, your stress, your fears, your worries, your traumas, and all this stuff that's loud in your mind. You're going to start to notice it, and you're going to start to notice how you're covering it up. And where a huge amount of like stress and just anxiety and worry and all this stuff comes from, right, is you're trying to mask it with drugs, alcohol, sex, porn, masturbation, like all of these big, fast food, junk food, and you're not taking care of yourself. And then that's what's like causing the stress and worry, right? And you're trying to mask it with those dopamine hits, right? When you're on semen retention, right, and you kind of take a sabbatical from all those external dopamine hits that you're giving, specifically sex, porn, and masturbation, and attention from women, those are just huge. Your brain's going to naturally rewire itself, right? After a period of time, this peace isn't going to happen right away, all right? So you have to give it time. You're going to have to give it time for your body, brain, your spirit, and your mind to adjust to everything, all right? But it's all happening organically, okay? But your brain's going to naturally chemically rewire to produce its own dopamine, all right? Number 2, you're going to develop your own orbit. That's my colloquial way of saying masculine energy. Now, what do I mean by that? A lot of times men, and women too, everyone, but I'm going to just talk about the guys here. A lot of times men, when they meet a girl that they really like, all right, you don't realize that you literally get addicted to her. That feminine energy is so addicting. The sex, the attention, it's all just so addicting, right? And then what happens is you start to compromise who you are for this girl, because you like her so much, you love her, like, fair enough, but you don't realize that you're compromising who you are, you're changing who you are, you become codependent. Right? It's happened to all of us. I think it happens to everyone at least once, right, before they learn, right? Then all of a sudden you don't even recognize who you are anymore, and then she leaves you because it's like, this is, you're needy, you're addicted to her, and it's like it's not really a relationship, you know. But then in your mind, you're sitting there saying, well, why did you leave me or cheat on me? Because like, I did everything for you, I did all this stuff for you. It's like, well, you know, that's life. It happens. All right. Don't get mad at her. Don't get mad at it. Just accept it, heal from it. Understand. The most important part is to understand why it happened. That's why the introspection is so important. Okay. You're going to develop your own orbit, though. Right. You're going to become grounded in yourself, stable inside, internally. Right. That in and of itself, that stability and calm and peaceful energy inside, is masculine energy. That's already inside of you, just is covered up from all the external dopamine hits and the stifling energy and all your addictions, specifically to porn, masturbation, and sex. I'm not saying you can never do that stuff again, but this is going to develop a strong sense of discipline, right? So you're never going to compromise who you are again for this stuff. You're going to stay true to yourself, right? And by the way, all of these benefits that I'm going to be talking about, the sixth one is the girls, all right? Just ipso facto hint, you know, but I'm going to tie it all together that you get the girls when you get these 5 benefits. This is what attracts the women, all right? I have some other videos on developing your own orbit and stuff, so if you feel called to, go check those out as well. Now, number 3 is the dopamine addiction healing. I kind of touched on this briefly, right? But just like any other external substance, I always like to use the example of steroids in the gym. You're taking in HGH, gear, roids, whatever, you know, all the stuff, right? When you're injecting testosterone into your body via needle or pill or however your dose is of taking it, you naturally stop producing it, right? Your testicles stop producing it. And then when you stop taking it, that's when you lose all the gains, because your body's like, well, I didn't need to make this anymore, so now we got to kick this back into gear. And you need replacement therapy and all this stuff, and it can be really traumatic on your body, right? This is what happens with the dopamine addiction, right? That's why when you start semen retention, you feel like you're just so full of energy, and it's stifling, it's stressful, you can't sleep because your body is like craving dopamine, right? And then when you stop taking that, your brain has to recalibrate itself. And that's when you'll go through a post-acute withdrawal symptoms pause for a little bit, where you'll just feel very down and low energy. And you got to be careful with the mind, though. The mind's going to come in and say, like, well, this is taking away my energy. Maybe I should stop doing this and go back to my old debaucherous habits. Your brain's going to be clever. Your brain's going to be really tricky on semen retention. Your mind is going to say some stuff, and you're going to have to use the introspection and start to call it out. Like, is this really true? Get in touch with the reason that you're doing it. All right. Now, this is a good one. It's going to raise your vibration. Yeah. Now, what do I mean by raising your vibration? This entire world is run energetically. All right. The energy that we're omitting aligns with our external circumstances. Okay. That's why when you talk to some people or date some people or interact with, like, you know, different various human beings on life, because we have every type of vibrational level on this planet from 0 to 100, you just don't click with some people. All right. Now I can get into this some other time, but when you raise your vibration, you're going to fit in less and less, but that's okay, because you're going to be okay with yourself. People are going to be drawn to that. Women are going to be drawn to that. Now, semen retention raises your vibration, because when you're practicing this ancient spiritual practice, by the way, the energy that's getting reabsorbed into your body, it's sexual energy. It's the highest, it's the most powerful, potent energy on this planet, right? That's going to start circulating through your body, and then externally, you're going to start making the decisions to change your life, like eating better food, getting better sleep, hanging out with better people, changing your circumstances, your job, where you live. I don't know. Whatever it is, you're going to start taking better care of yourself. And then this is going to go up, and then that's how you meet the high quality women, because Oh, and you're going to heal your traumas and insecurities and wounds and all of your therapy stuff too, right? And then you're going to be up here, and then you're going to meet other women up here, all right? You're going to have a great time, great relationship. It's going to be cool. Self-confidence, right? You're going to derive confidence within, right? Internally validated. Now, how does that happen? This entire world, it's backwards. Like, people think that they're confident because of their external circumstances that they create for themselves. Lots of women around, make a lot of money, wear nice clothes, have a nice job, all this stuff, all the lies that they tell themselves, and then other people believe it. You know how exhausting that is to keep that facade up so that you can feel good about yourself? If you didn't have that, you're going to feel like crap, as much as those people will deny it. I've experienced it myself, so that's why I know it's true. But when semen retention is going to send you on a journey with yourself that's going to, as I said, heal all of the things that that make you lack in life, right? Traumas, insecurities, wounds, your codependency, all these habits that we all have some, but you get assigned. It's almost like you get assigned in life. That's going to all be healed, and you're also going to develop a strong sense of confidence when you learn to take control of your life. You're going to develop discipline over something that no one else has discipline over, right? But forget about everyone else. Do it for yourself. Focus on yourself, all right? That's going to develop confidence, and you're going to draw confidence from within, all right? All of that stuff tied together is what attracts the girls, all right? All right. Women are drawn to that. The stability, the confidence, all right? The wisdom, the inner knowing, all right? And honestly, it's not even just women, it's people in general are attracted to that. They're either what I've found is they're either extremely attracted to it or they're extremely repelled by it. The people that are repelled by it, those are the ones that basically you being around them reinforces everything that they're not and everything that they really want to be. Now, I'm not saying that in a way that it's like you're better than them. It's just where you're at in life, where they're at in life. But it's like that age-old quote that said, like, your spirit irritates their demons. And they're not going to know what it is because they don't have the introspection. They don't have the self-awareness, because, like, if they did, they would realize, like, their facade. All right? They have to... A lot of people believe the things that they tell themselves. Right? That's why most people live in delusion. That's the matrix. They believe what society tells them. They believe all of these delusions and lies. Right? That's why it can be really uncomfortable to wake up, because you see a lot of spiritual truths. All right? I did another video on how to take that truth. All right? Because a lot of spiritual truths can be very negative. Right? A lot of these laws of life can be kind of dark. Right? How not to stay there. How to turn that into light. All right? Change your belief patterns, all right? And just, you can still acknowledge the truths of life, all right, and live in reality, but transcend it into something beautiful with your mindset and your attitude toward it. That's what attracts people. That's love, all right? And that's semen retention. All right, hope everyone has a great day.